Hi there, I'm Dredge, and welcome back to the Deep. Sorry it's been a while. Let's go ahead and continue right where we left off, with the episode that is numbered one greater than the episode prior. Got some horseshoe crabs. Looks like we're all repaired up. We've got 2 dynamite. Got some doubloons. Various treasures, some metal. Let's go ahead and drop a crab pot. Okay. So. I suppose let's go on in. That's a little guy over there. If you move, he'll see you. And he'll attack. But if you just wait until he leaves, you'll be safe. If you're playing on a controller, you'll feel his controller, or the controller rumble. Luckily, you can just line of sight to evade him. Alright. A large man is watching you through the billowing smoke of a campfire, idly carving away at a wooden stake. He stands as you pull ashore. Stranger, from that look on your face, I say you've encountered the local wretches. Take a seat. You join him by the fire. I've been trying to rid them from this accursed jungle ever since we wrecked here. The boys called them mind suckers on account of them, well, affecting the mind. They made us see things, do things. I'd ask you for safe passage away from here, but not until after I've avenged my squadron. Well, what happened to them? A number of us went down in the fog, crashing into trees or ditching into the water. Those that survived rallied here, under the boughs of this giant tree. But it offered us scant protection. Before help could arrive, our numbers quickly dwindled, picked off by the fiends in the forest. I've met a few would-be rescuers over the years, but none would help me in my fight. Are you any different to the rest? Yeah. Unlike them, I know what I'm doing. I'm great at rescuing people. Do it all the time. I can help. I figured you'd be up for it. You have the look. Listen up. First, we need to find the lost pieces of my squadron's mortar. We'll then use that to bombard the beasts. Other planes went down to the north and east of where we are now. I'll mark the possible crash sites on your map. You go and see what you can salvage. How will you honor your squad mates? I've hung a few of their dog tags up on the tree behind me. Seemed fitting enough. But I've only got tags from the ones you must understand, I never found all of their bodies. If you happen to find any of their dog tags, I could add them to the tree with their brothers. I have a number of mechanical doodads that you might find useful. Pick one in good faith. Are there any shipwrecks around here? Shipwrecks? No. Anything that meets its end here is quickly swallowed by the silt. Tell me about the mind suckers. Devilish creatures, through and through. They'll stalk you along the waterways and emerge suddenly, screeching their terrible song. The first time it happened to me, I saw shadows of my squad mates reaching out to me in a feverish dream. When I finally snapped out of it, I was covered in bloodied scratches. They must have sent me running through the foliage. Since then, I've done my best to avoid the fiends. Their senses seem to be based on movement, so move carefully. Okay. Well. We've researched pretty much everything that needs researching. We can start on the harvesting platform, I suppose. Okay. Behold the power of explosives. Alright. Now, when you're here in the waters, move carefully. You might get caught off guard by those suckers. Mortar frame, the metallic base and frame of a portable mortar, only slightly rusted. Next one is over this way. You can always keep your wits about you. There's an insanity stone right there. Let's go ahead and mark that on our map. Blast our way through here. Behold the power of explosives. Yet sadly, I don't have the other piece needed. I'll have to go get another piece of dynamite from the rickety pontoon, so I'll have to take the long way around. The wreckage of an old fighter plane lies buried deep in the sand. We pull a little closer. Got one set of dog tags. Got some more metal. Don't have much space for it. What the heck is this thing? A long fin eel. In the business, we call that a little guy. Oops. You can see disturbing things in the woods. And there's a little guy right behind us. But luckily, because we're sneaky, shouldn't be a problem. Lots of spooky shrooms in the waters here. There's another spooky boy. Just gonna wait for him to leave. If you're playing on controller, just stop anytime that you feel your controller vibrate. There's a spooky boy over there. Mortar barrel. Dog tags. Let's go ahead and head back to the pontoon. Keep our wits about us. Place another crab pot. We need wood. We need wood. Get more wood. last of our repairs. And if you're familiar with my channel, you're aware with how often I end up needing repairs. Finished our book. "15% chance to not reduce fish stocks when catching fish with a rod." Found parts of the mortar. That's the lot. Now, while I work on assembling the mortar, you can get started on the next phase of the plan. You may have noticed some contraptions in the lagoons around here. I've assembled those traps for the mined suckers. We just need to lure them in there. Once they're in, you see, I can fire on them with our new mortar. And that'll be the end of them. No more nightmares. Turns out, hitting Lovecraftian beings with cannons actually can be pretty effective. They don't really function on the same rules as the Fae, but turns out if you put enough metal downrange, most things end up becoming little more than a pile of chunky salsa. I approve of the airman's plans. We're gonna call him Stan. Stan the Airman. I'll mark the locations of the traps on your map. Got it? How do we get the suckers, mine suckers, into the traps? They're attracted to some very specific types of bait. Your skills will come in handy here yet again. Is it safe? Of course not. How did you make those traps? With patience. The creatures only seemed to sense movement, so whenever one was close, I froze. We need to make 3 special baits from different combinations of fish. Go ahead and make some notes here, so I'm ready. Let's discuss the bait for the first. This one takes 3 fish from the area. Looks like a gar and 2 little guys. Catfish and a little guy. And 2 of those eel things. Where do I put the bait? In one of those traps I've constructed in the lagoons. They're marked on your map. I found some dog tags. Hi, thank you. I'll put them on the tree, here, as promised. Harvesting platform now available. Okay, so now I need fish. My dogs have decided that another dog's presence is unacceptable. There's those fish. I think we need 3 of them. A gleaming mullet. scales swollen into large clustered pustules. A golden liquid shimmers from within. Alright, there's those three. That's a sergeant fish. There's a gar. We only need the one gar. And we need a catfish. We'll catch one of those for good measure. Power of explosives. That's a tarpon. And a gar. Snipe up a tarpon while we're at it. Blistered tarpon. Scales given way to bubbling flesh. A surface dweller singled out and cleansed by the sun. Okay. Still gotta find a catfish. There's some wood. As discussed, we need 8 of these. It's a tarpon. That's some metal. We're all kitted up on metal. We need 2 of these things. Have 2. Got 1. Well, we can make our way back there, I suppose. Some catfish. That is a crocodile of some kind. Their vision is based on movement. And it's not like they're really bothering anyone. Grab this catfish here. it's a big boy. Okay. Gonna have to make room for him. Okay, how am I gonna do that? Okay, not bad, not bad. There we go. That should be all the fish we need. That's some wood, but I don't have space. There's one of the bog boys. Benjamin the bog boy. We're just gonna skirt around him. Keep an eye on the horizon. And let's go make some bait. We need to make 3 special baits. Alright, step 1 is the gar. Step 2 is 2 of the mullets. Business in the front, party in the back. This one needs a catfish. And another mullet, I suppose. Alright. Let's talk about bait in the traps. Okay. Well, let's go check out the Insanity Stone. That seems like a perfectly reasonable thing to do. Something slithers into our cargo hold. No, it doesn't. Get the fuck out of here. Can I get a mutant catfish? Yes, I can. Nightwing catfish. Does it hunt with Batman? Hooked barbels seek out prey in the twisting mangroves. A once sluggish fish given haste upon crimson fins. I'll try another. Am I still able to check out the Insanity Stone? Yeah. The stone trembles before you. Unknown symbols glow from within. A sudden chill rushes through the marrow of your bones, surging up your arm, your neck. A deep vision enters your mind. A man flees through the trees, bloodshot eyes wide with terror. He runs into a dead end, cornered by the murky waters and his pursuer. He turns. A wooden spear flies and finds its mark. I'm guessing they're insinuating that he may have hunted down and killed his own guys. Okay, let's go bait the trap. Super effective. Inside is the obliterated corpse of a mine sucker. Oh, sucks to be him. Is that some wood? Space. Suppose we should head out and sell off. Make sure there's no bog boy waiting for us. Sell off and fix our ship real quick. Chunk of flesh. A pale and bloodied slab. Its smell is acrid and metallic. Oops. I did not mean to do that. My bad. I meant to repair, not sell my tendon rod. Let's go ahead and sleep till morning. Okay. And let's take care of the other guys. Ooh. Ran right into him. So let's not approach those from behind, I suppose. Maybe pick up some more spooky fish. Take care of that last mind flare. That last grumpy Gus. Well, looks like there's another need for dynamite. Right there. Spooky fish now. Maybe. Yeah. A grinning gar. Muscular gums grow and force cracking teeth against each other. Softer flesh tears from the strain. Cool. Oh. Another insanity stone. Don't mind if I do. Now, if I recall, there are 4 different places for the ships to go down. Later, bog boy. Bites the dust. Okay, let's go ahead and organize our winnings here so we can fit this guy. Go. That's all 3 of them dealt with. And that's this insanity stone dealt with. Okay. Good. Simple enough. Creature corpse to show you. You hand the tattered lump of flesh to the airman. It's almost unrecognizable, but you both know it couldn't have belonged to anything else. He pokes at it with his knife, testing the rubbery meat. He seems satisfied. Yes, this is one of the beasts. Progress at last. More to go, though. Oh, you have more? You drop the flesh onto the ground. He gives it a few slashes with the knife. It wobbles a little. Another one taken care of. 1 remains, by my count. Let's finish this. Oh, you have more. You drop the large, bloodied carcass in front of the airman. His eyes are filled with sadistic delight. He bends down and plunges his knife into the soft flesh. It falls away before the blade, revealing a glint of metal. With a sickening terror, he wrests it from where it was embedded in the flesh of the creature. He holds it aloft. You recognize it as a necklace, glistening in gore. Well, fisherman, some fortune at last. This ought to fetch a decent price from the right collector. Here, why don't you take it? A large and ornate necklace, ivory teardrops flank the central setting, an emerald trapped by 4 cresting waves. He stands back from the corpse. A melancholic look comes over his face. And now, well, that's that, I suppose. What will you do now? Can't say for sure. Thought I'd be asking you for an escort away from this place, but this has become somewhat of a home to me. I mean, I wouldn't recommend staying there, but hey man, you do you. Okay, so we got dynamite in the south. We picked up one of the 4 dog tags near the Insanity Stone. Picked up another one out on an island to the east. I believe there's one up to the north, and one down to the southwest somewhere. I'll have to spend some time looking for them. Doesn't feel right to leave my brothers here. I think I shall stay a while longer. In the meantime, I can make up some special bait for you. It ought to help with your fishing. Okay, we got bait. And we can give him extra fish. They go crazy for that stuff. Day, night, doesn't seem to matter. All sorts of fish usually show up. Okay, well, let's put this in storage somewhere. There's another map fragment to find. Don't know where that is, but it's somewhere. Fisherman's. So I think we found one here but didn't have the dog tag quest. I think the other one is somewhere around here, so I'm just going to go ahead and put a little marker down there. So we have the dynamite, right? No, we need another dynamite. Well, let's go fetch a dynamite and then we'll search for those last okay, an effigy crab. Can you use that to make paint with? Wisps of yellow light flicker within this ghastly shell. A screaming skull with a spinal tail. Well, that's pleasant. keep this one. Can turn it into paint later. Deposit that wood. I need 5 more. Insanity stone. I guess we can go up north and around. Kind of make a circuit of the island. $27, 27.3. Go ahead and sell off the big ones. Keep the small one for paint. And we'll go ahead and make a northern trip. Some dolphins. Oh, there's a dock. You see a campsite. Some old fish are suspended on a spit over a fire that was never lit. A pile of fabric is gathered at the base of a large tree nearby. A nest of rags lies at the base of the tree. Somebody slept here. The rags are covered in bark chips. There are symbols carved into the tree above. There are 3 distinct sets of symbols. There's a book symbol underneath a wave, and then an upwards arrow. A cloud hangs over it all. 5 unfamiliar symbols mark the corners of a pentagram. The shape of a person is lying down in the center. Maybe a sacrifice? A book symbol sits above a wave. A downward arrow points from the book down through the wave. It's probably the old hermit guy. Oh, I forgot to pick up dynamite. Oh well. I can get some later. Alright. I think it's somewhere up north here. Aha! There it is. Oh, we already got it? Well. Pick up some insanity fish. If I'm lucky. There we go. What did we get? Twinned eels. Endlessly pulling away, but torn apart, they would surely perish. 2 spiteful siblings, splitting at the seams. We need to find another sturgeon. Try to find the messed up one. And there's a messed up crab too.
paranoia setting in. It's a tarpon. Crazy fish. What do we got? I already got you. There's one down there. Alright, let's go in. There's a catfish, already got him. There's the fish shrine. I believe I already captured that. There we go. There's a dog tag. A fancy boot. Some broken spectacles. A fourth dog tag. Cloth there. And some wood. Some sort of nasty vines tried to get me. I felt the rumble, so I just decided not to stop. It's probably the insanity check. Speaking of insanity,
A parasite burrows into a large snake-like carcass. It feeds, growing fat and multiplying. Tendrils sprout from the head of the body and sense the water around it. The host corpse shudders reluctantly. With a cry that resounds through the forest, it rises once again. Must be the creator, whatever created the Mind Flayer guys. It's a tarpon. Cigar. Sergeant fish. Not a sturgeon. That's what we want. There we go. We found him. The Vortex Interloper. A slow swirl twists its body, stretching it towards an unseen dimension. Oh, that is wild. Okay. Well, let's sell off these guys. Put that in storage. Sell him. Okay, we got one more dog tag. We got some wood.
Oh.
collecting more wood.
Alright. Okay, nearly left. Can we get this guy here? We got that one, right? I think we found one around there. Maybe that's the last one? Let's get another dynamite. Explore that region. Oh, she sells the bait too. Okay, well let's go check out both of those shipwrecks. See if we can access them. No? Well, I don't know where the fourth one would be. That's his place in the woods out there. Let's not worry about it. Let's go gather the, gather this. Oh. Well, that's a crocodile. The Goliath tigerfish. Fearsomely predatory, this gigantic fish is also one of the most aggressive. Its teeth are so large that they punch holes through the opposing jaw. Well, as we say in the business, that's freaking crazy, yo. An emerald ring. Okay. Well, let's go turn in that third set of dog tags we found. Oh, that's all of them that I can remember. That's all of them that I can remember anyways. I can't picture their faces too clearly anymore. Okay. Heck yeah. Okay. Well, we still need some more lobsters. And there's a couple more book boys out here somewhere. But we have the final piece. There are two possible endings to our story. If we return all the pieces to Blackstone Isle, we get, I guess you could call it the bad ending. If, however, we choose to return them to the lighthouse person, she'll help us, I think. Okay. Welcome. Found anything special lately? Sell off our jewelry. Too bad we can't give him that one. $51.75 for a boot. That's terrific. What do you know about the Silver and Crimson book? She shudders at the very mention of the book. You're really asking me? After all this time, you know it must be returned. She looks at you with deep pity. You have to move on. For her sake as well as yours. Take control. Be rid of that thing once and for all. Oh. Take control, huh? Well, you know, I think we can do that. Shark. Tell me more about that book of yours. Which book? This one here. With a wry grin, he pulls a dusty tome from the nearest shelf and glances at the cover. There's really not much to be said of the histories of the Grey Isles. It's quite a chore. Don't play dumb, you know which book I mean. Play dumb. Your hypocrisy is wearying. I suppose we must go through this rigmarole yet again. The Book of the Deep appears in his hands, sheathed in its dirty crimson jacket. Go ahead. Ask us. Where did you get it? Sparkling dust motes hang in the air between you. Don't you remember? You were there. The air around the book begins to pulse rhythmically like a quickening heartbeat. So was she. Who? You wanted to forget. Begged me. The room bristles. This is what you asked for. Give me the book. Your words hang in the space between. You won't change a thing. The book is ours. You take a step closer. Through the crackling room, the collector lurches forward in response. What can you possibly hope to achieve? Take the book. You strike out with your right fist, punching hard into the jaw of the collector. His face shatters and falls to the ground. Oh. I am the collector. You're pathetic. The Book of the Deep is in your hands. Understand this plainly before you sink us into despair. I know how to bring her back. It's all right there on the pages, and now you've seen its power firsthand. We wield the power to release her from her slumber. We can undo everything, undo what you did. I don't understand. Who are you? I am what was fractured from you on that day you dredged the depths. I am what could be. I am your breathless self. You mentioned saving someone. Yes, she will rise from the deep. The book describes it. We almost have all of the pieces. Just one more. I have all the pieces. The last one is right here. Let's go turn in the shark quest. The whale eats the giant tentacle. About those fish. I found a Goliath tigerfish. That's great news. I'll add it to my records. Here, take this. I'm sure you'll find some use for it. Thanks. I'm still missing 2 fish. But I don't know if I care. Is the only issue. Got money. That's for sure. Goldsmith and Son, number 27, Little Marrow, December 22nd, 1926. Received the sum of $50.00 in exchange for 1 silver necklace with emeralds on silver mounting. Additional notes. Received a further $3 for custom engraving on reversive mounting. Customer to return tomorrow, 23rd December, for collection. Engraving is to be as follows for J, my shining star. It feels like years since I have been warm. I do not expect him to write. I just need to know that he thinks of me from time to time. The next few lines have been smudged out. He must return. More angry smudging follows. I have written him another letter. This will be the last one. Huh. Well, that's fun. Okay, let's go to the lighthouse and see if we can throw the book into the water. Or we could raise her from her slumber. I don't know, guys. What do you want me to do? I mean, I think the answer is obvious. I think we gotta raise her from her slumber. You climb the broken steps to the old mansion, the waves swelling and crashing against the basalt columns that surround you. You pause before crossing the threshold. You enter the house, carrying the ornate necklace. The collector recognizes it almost immediately. An excellent find. It demands pride of place in my collection. He sweeps aside some scraps on a dusty table, candle wax pooling in its corners. He places the necklace carefully in the clearing. And with that, our collection is complete. I must admit, I am surprised. I did not think you had the determination for such a job. Now, with these 5 relics in our possession, only one thing remains. We will see her again soon. It will all be worth it. You know this. Now what? It will become apparent soon enough. We must make one final voyage. This time I will be with you. I'm ready. Can I help you, Mochi? Shh! The relics are coming with us. We should wait for the fog to thicken. With luck, the seas will remain unaware of our intention. Now, our destination is the open expanse to the west of Greater Marrow. It's marked on the map. We must not tarry on the open waters, not with such a significant cargo. Make haste. His shape disappears from the mirror. A chill rises in your body as you turn to leave. The collector is with you. There. Plenty of things we didn't catch yet. But, no, I think we got most of it. Well, I'd like to thank you all for joining me down here in the deep. This has been Dredge. This is the place. This is where she was taken from us, and where we can, at last, bring her back. Only here. And only because of what we've achieved. You open the book. Its pages are frosted with ice, and a chill mist rises around your fingers. Begin to read aloud. To release a lost one, frozen in time. You throw the pocket watch overboard. Untethered by chains in the deep, you throw the necklace overboard. Bind them to this world once more. You throw the ring overboard. Open the door to the starry heavens. You slot the key into the lock of the music box and lay the weary world to rest. You throw the music box overboard. Its key left unturned. Ta. Cthulhu Fatagan again. Some final thoughts about the bad end, or the true end, of Dredge. I've been uploading this game for about half a year now. perhaps a little more. Thank you for sticking around with me through it all. I think this game is overall very pleasant. And once you manage to get over your fears of what lurks below, you begin to realize that this world of ours can be made worse through certain choices made by people with the power to make those choices. At any point, someone could have brained the sailor with a rock. Our fisherman, the collector. And the fate of the world could have been averted. The lighthouse keeper was the only one who was aware of what we were doing, yet did not stop us. The people with the power to stop the end of the world probably ought to have done so. And here in our world, that is still true. If you choose not to stop the end of the world, not the political end of the world, but the real one, through pollution and destruction, you've chosen in some way, shape, or form to aid it. I encourage you all to be aware of conservationism, to maintain this thread of the world we find ourselves in, and to remember that we have responsibilities. This beautiful world of ours must be maintained and protected. We must not take things that ought not to be taken, and we must do the things that ought to be done. I encourage you all to give a damn about this world we live in. Hold the ones you love. Tell them that you love them. Because you can't get them back when they're gone. I've been Dredge. You've been down here in the deep with me. Now you ought to get back up to the surface before you forget how.